All this music in my ear gets me home for the night.
No spicy,
I
only
get
regular.
space
We made
in
it.
my mind.
He's trying to say. I think I'm saying it.
This guy's shaking it for real.
Get the barbecue sauce, get the roll, tie yourself up. I'm a base too, like the rotisserie chicken.
Everyone's got something to say, so come through and say it, players. Shakin It Podcast.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh
sir.
boy.
Yes, sir.
Jalon, man, we did it again.
Doing it, man.
Shaking It Podcast, man. We're here.
Shakin It Shakin It Podcast. Welcome back, man. We back.
We're back, man. King Sully, you guys already know. Your host of the most. I got my right hand right here. Big Jigga. You know what I'm saying? No explanations
Big Jigga, man,
necessary.
we here.
And we got two wholesome brothers in the building today, man.
Yes, sir.
Two wholesome brothers.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, still Jeff. Two of the real.
Okay.
That's that little
We got Jeff right here.
Still Jeff.
And we got, you already know, man, one of the best in the city,
Appreciate
Yes,
that.
sir.
Appreciate
Big
that.
Patrik
bro.
Kabongo,
Appreciate that.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
PKX10PK. You know how it goes.
Yes, sir. Yo, this guy's getting better at the promo, fam.
You already
He's
know,
good, man. He's good.
Yo,
You know, we had to improve on the second
I
time
met,
around.
I met Jimmy Hart.
Oh, man.
Listen, guys, this is our first reoccurring guests. And I want to say because there's two people here. The last vid,
Yeah, you guys
my
are
boy was in the, he was in the outskirts. You can only
He
hear
was a
him.
little
the
shy.
shadows.
He was in the shadows. He was talking bare facts, but he was in the shadows. Now we got him a nice little spot.
Appreciate y'all.
You know,
Merci for real.
you know.
Are you comfortable though, like that?
Oh, I'm having time of my life.
Okay.
He's a little
alright.
D, so he might look a little squished in the corner, but we tried to give him enough space.
Yes, sir.
And we're about to get into it again, man. We're about to get into it again. Before we hop into the shaking the segment, I just want to say, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Apple, and Spotify. Shaking the podcast. No more begging. You guys should already know what it is. Like, comment, subscribe, man. And if you can't like, comment, subscribe, follow and watch and do whatever you got to do, man. We are here.
I was
Nah,
thinking
nah,
that.
nah.
I was thinking.
We're trying not to swear.
We're actually doing all right.
We're doing all right. We're trying not to
I
swear.
like that.
Yes,
I like
sir.
that.
I think we're doing a pretty good job so far. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to swear yet. So listen, let's get into the shaking it segment.
Oh boy.
I swear, either one of you, if whoever wants to take the lead,
Yeah.
What's on your mind, guys?
tell us something that's shaking in your life.
Shit, in my life.
Or maybe not even your life, in the world, anything.
I saw 50 Cent in an interview say that depression is a luxury.
50 Cent said this?
Yeah, 50 Cent's the one that said that.
Okay.
Say a word.
And I unfortunately agree.
Okay.
I think if you think of, and I'll use Congo for example, you have children every day who are being exploited, an entire country being exploited with no possible option to redeem itself, so to speak. Taking cobalt, being in mines, caves, the age of like 6, 7, 8, 9, and so forth. I don't know if they think about being depressed. I don't know if their first thought is, I'm depressed. They're probably thinking of, I need to get a meal. My parents are in this situation. I'm in this situation. Or maybe they're not even thinking about it at all because they think it's normal because it's so common there. And then I feel in like more so developed countries, we have the luxury to feel depressed. I had a discussion with a friend who's actually a healthcare worker, and I was asking her about it, and she said she saw the perspective, but she didn't want to dismiss the fact that there are people that need therapy, and I don't think it's unfair to say that. It is true that some people may need therapy, but I also believe if someone described depression as being the inability to proceed in doing something to get you out of it. So that's like someone explaining, I'm self-aware that I need to do something, I just don't feel like doing it. And then the bigger problem is the world doesn't care. So whether you feel like you don't want to do anything or you don't have the ability to do it because of a testing time at a very specific time, life is still going to keep moving forward, I do think it's cool that there's new avenues for people to have people to talk to, but I like to look at my friendships, my relationships with my siblings, or just my faith as well as a relieving factor. But I do believe that depression can be a form of a luxury, or being depressed is a form of a luxury. So I don't know what you guys have to say about that, but yeah.
I feel like when, let's say, people will bring up this topic, I think the word luxury
Yeah.
is where people are gonna be like,
How can you say that?
they'll get cheesed. Yeah.
Triggered.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
Oh,
that like
that's
the
word
word
right there.
luxury,
That's the word right there. Yeah.
that's the word that people are gonna be like,
Yeah.
nah, what is this guy talking about?
Yeah.
How could it be a luxury? How is it luxurious to be depressed?
Yeah.
But like, I see what you mean, because like, all of us, for example, let's say if we were going through that, we would have the ability to like sit down and actually have time to
Yeah.
sit in those thoughts.
Yeah.
Process things.
Yeah,
Process
you
things,
know,
yeah.
you actually have
Right.
time to process. I don't think, I guess people in third world countries, they don't really have time for that. Because that's not their most important
And
thing.
see, okay, so can we? Okay, let's put this on the map. Would you say that having time is a luxury?
Well, yeah.
Then there it is.
1,000%.
There it is.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to say that with
Then
confidence.
there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, with
1,000%.
confidence.
With
And when there it is. And again, I'm not dismissing people who need access to resources that they believe will assist them with mental health or anything that way. I just believe we don't promote self-actualization enough,
Facts.
self-awareness enough. We're always saying, go get help, go get help, go get help. We're not really teaching people to help themselves, you know? Like I spoke at an elementary school a couple of days ago and I was telling the kids, as you get older and you pursue endeavors that you have, whether it's whatever you think your parents want you to do or what you want to do for yourself, you have to be kind to yourself first. I experience that all the time with music. I might try to reach out to a certain platform, never hear back. If I'm not kind to myself, I'm going to look at that rejection as a block, and then it'll bring me down, and I bring myself down. I bring myself down even more. Or you can be kind to yourself and say, okay, I didn't get a response, but how I respond to it says a lot more about me than it does about the people that said no, or that didn't even say anything. Sometimes that has nothing to do with you. It's just a moment in time that's not for you, you know? So that's why I agree that if you hear luxury and depression together, there might be that discrepancy that makes people feel a little bit
trigger
outraged.
word.
Yeah, the trigger. We gotta hashtag that somewhere in the comments. Like
Trigger word.
But I also believe everything is also relative. You shouldn't be outraged if you hear depression and luxury, but then you're not outraged when you hear time and luxury, because they can be synonymous. I'm not saying they are, but they can be synonymous. Think about how many times making the time to have this podcast is a luxury,
1,000,000,000%.
right?
Billion, trillion
There's
percent.
Confidence
Bro.
for real.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Nah, see, but it's because I'm very aware that not everybody's able to do something like
Yeah,
this.
and that's the thing, and that's why I believe before you get to a point, I always believe we need to have these outrage or triggered discussions because, like I said last time, we're being way too sensitive to things now. And so think about it. If you're watching it, think about it. If you want to be upset that I said it or that I agree with the view of Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, sure. But it's interesting. When I get new information, I like to actually sit down with him like, hey, what does he mean by that? And then he's explaining it. And we're talking about someone that's from the streets and, you know, us growing up in the projects
He got shot 9 times.
also, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think about my mom trying to work 2 jobs. So I don't think she had the time to be depressed.
Sit down and be
you know?
depressed. Yeah.
It's about survival.
Yeah, survival mode is. Yeah, so I don't know. That would be my perspective in my Shaking It segment.
Shaking it spiel.
The Spielberg.
What do you think? You agree with the statement?
1,000%. You know I agree on that. I mean,
Not only because it's 50 Cent, that's the
oh
top
no,
dog,
of course, no, not just because it's 50. No, I'm saying
He did
because
give us
you know
one
you,
of gangsta.
you grow up and you realize that life isn't fair. You realize you're kind of dealt with the hand that you're given,
No matter what, too.
and you need to make the best out of that opportunity.
Yeah,
You feel me?
100%.
So it's like we can sit there, pout, cry, moan, whatever, but it's not gonna improve your health. It's not gonna improve your finances. It's not gonna improve your knowledge.
Wow, I like how you explain that.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like let's let's come collectively. If you have people like companions that you could do that with,
100%.
or look in your mirror. Hopefully, it's not dirty and smudged, and be like, yo. I'm trying to make change. I'm trying to better myself.
Yeah.
So if people can't do that, then we're just gonna have degeneracy and excuses and
Yeah.
what the world is today.
Yeah.
Humbly speaking.
Humbly,
Because I
but
could have
it's
said
a humble
way
fact.
worse. You know what I mean? Way worse.
It's a humble observation, man.
Yeah, man.
So,
I think even perspective too. Me and this guy yesterday, literally just yesterday and the day before, we were speaking about
Right.
perspective. That perspective brings leverage. When you have leverage, you don't want to give it up. And how you see something is what's gonna enable you to actually go through what you're going through. When 50 said it in an interview, I think it was a Big Boy interview, if I'm not mistaken. But
Yeah.
when he said it, and I thought about the same thing. Me and this guy, we tell each other all the time, nobody cares, work harder.
yeah.
There's no time.
Yes.
There's no time. We can make time. We can sit, and we have like a rule where, okay, you know what? Maximum 1 hour. Get cheese at whatever you want to get cheese about.
Yeah.
Fill the midterm. You did X, Y, and Z. It's your 4th year. Who cares?
Yeah.
But after that hour, do whatever it takes to get back. Do whatever it takes to get back. So just thinking about even the juxtaposition of a mother doing 2 shifts or doing a double shift and you only see her once. And when you see her once, she's asleep. You got to go to school. Do you wake your mom up or do you just go straight to school? But know that if you don't wake her up, you're not going to see her until the same time tomorrow. Choose. So now I have to choose and she has to choose as well.
Of course.
So when she's doing that and she's tired, as tired can be, she's not thinking about breaking down because I have sons to feed.
She doesn't have the time.
She
Yeah.
does not have the time.
Time. And that's what I'm
Because
saying.
she has sons to feed. And
Yeah.
all of that also is perspective. And when I said perspective gives leverage because now you're in control of the situation. When he said how I respond, how I react to a no says more about anything. It's very true. How you respond to it is very, very, very true. So when she's doing all those shifts, those hours, and she's thinking, yeah, I'm so tired, or I wish I had a little more help than I do now. She's while she's suiting up to go to work. By the time she gets to work, she probably forgot. And then she comes back in that bed with the same thoughts like, holy cow, I got to do the same thing tomorrow. But every time she suits up, she forgets that she has those thoughts and she goes. And that's perspective. So now you juxtapose that with somebody who thinks about all of that which is happening in their lives and they choose that one day to sit down. Sit down once, sit down forever.
Yes.
Right? That's how we enable.
Yo, when I think about it like that,
Yeah, he's right.
Sit down once, sit down forever. By the time I choose to sit down once because I'm bossed, I'm tired, I said, oh, wow, sitting down is actually
kinda
a
blessed.
very good feeling. So tomorrow, I'm going to skip the midterm.
Yeah.
I'm going through a lot. I got fired. I want to sit down a little bit. And you're going to sit down a lot of bit. And I become what I repeatedly do. So I'm just like a sitter. Don't be a sitter.
always get up.
Get up.
It's not good to sit. Yo. Your back's breaking.
I do the whole interview standing up, man.
I mean,
So yeah, that would be the segment for me. And like I said, think of luxury and time and put those in perspective with just the aspect of depression. So that would be that for me personally. A lot of great perspectives though. You guys broke it down for real.
Yeah, we tried.
Shout out
man.
50, man.
Shout out 50,
Yeah,
man.
no
man.
shit.
50, man.
He got a Fox deal. I seen that the other day.
No.
Something. With, I didn't read it, but I just seen him smiling and it said Fox. I'm like, oh, he's doing big things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
facts. That's
50's
facts.
that guy, man.
Man, I like 50, man. He's cool.
And shout out Tony Ayo. He is in Toronto.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
you
He
guys
was
heard
in
that?
Toronto.
Bro, Tony
Couple days
Ayo
ago,
is one of the best
He's the realest guy.
interviewees. Yo,
Yeah.
I saw this. I'm just gonna make it quick. I saw this interview. He's talking with Vlad. It's the funniest clip ever.
Yeah.
DJ Vlad is talking to him. I guess he's breaking down a story about 50 Ja Rule, Supreme, and all these different things. And he says something like, 50 had the Mac. Oh no, 50 had like the gun with him and had no safety. And he's like, it would have been bad for them if you would have got to the gun. He's like, yeah, but 50 got stabbed too. He's like, and he said, yo,
stop playing, Vlad.
His face just goes into like a deep. Yo, Vlad, shut up with that shit.
Yeah.
And you just hear Vlad like, okay. I'm like,
Moving on.
bro, it is shout out Tony Ayo, man. when I watch his interviews, I always think of like loyalty and stuff.
He's
Yeah.
the realest
He's
guy.
the realest.
He's the realest
He's
guy.
the
Bro.
realest
Yeah, man.
guy.
If you have a
like,
guy like that on your team,
yeah,
You shall succeed.
you are going far, bro.
yeah,
Yeah, man.
and it doesn't
1000%.
feel like he's loyal to a fault. Sometimes you can tell when people are loyal to a fault, you know. But with him, it just feels like really genuine.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Which is rare.
You know what? It's super rare.
Yeah.
But since we're just talking about realness,
Oh man.
let's just get into the
let's
real,
get into
like
that.
what makes a person real, bro.
Oh boy.
Let's just get
Here
into it.
comes the 1 hour combo.
Stay tuned, yo. Sit down for this one, guys. Make sure you got your snacks for this one.
Please listen up.
I don't know,
Turn the volume up.
For me, the two defining factors on that makes someone real is integrity. So how you are, who you are when no one's watching, and then the other is just honesty.
Okay.
Not trying to falsify a truth to benefit yourself or falsify a truth. And what I mean falsify a truth is like easing an actual truth or like buttering things up. I think someone who's willing to accept to be the bad guy for a temporary moment with love, you know? For example, even when we're having this discussion and we're speaking about, man, no one cares. It's not said dismissing how someone's feeling. It's to try to help to push that self-realization like, hey, man, the sun's going to set, the sun's going to rise no matter what.
The truth hurts
it's in your
sometimes, man.
hands what you want to do, you know? So for me, those are the two. Because integrity begets loyalty, honesty begets trust, and all those encompass love, right? So for me, those for me are very synonymous. But that's what I think makes someone real.
I was gonna say that too. Definitely integrity, but also responsibility. That's what makes somebody real for me. For anyone who walks in responsibility, that means no matter how you feel, how you may feel, what you think you want, it never supersedes your needs. What needs to be done? Pine Green ones in the store you're gonna get on Saturday, or the bills you have to pay.
The Bills.
Definitely the pine green.
Okay, I really still want the Pine Greens for real. I'm not saying though.
Well, at least get Jelon. At least get it on discount, right? So it's not as bad.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm never getting anything not on discount ever.
All right. So it's not as bad.
It's not- okay. But no,
let 'em live.
Responsibility
try to do
for
both.
sure.
Yeah.
Depending how I'm saving. But responsibility says everything. Because when you have all that power, even that wherewithal in your hands, you get to choose. You don't, and that integrity also plays a factor because I don't change depending on the circumstances.
Yeah.
Moments, situations, occurrences don't change who I am. I am what I am. However, I also have to understand that if integrity and responsibility is important, how I do one thing is how I should do everything. You know what? That example I use with bro when I talk about Westbrook, how he plays with one speed. You can count on Westbrook to play with one speed. You can count on it. Turnovers might happen for sure.
I don't know what's so crazy that you just brought up Westbrook.
Yeah, this
We
one
were
I'm laughing.
literally just talking about
As
Westbrook
you were
before you guys
eating,
pulled
we
up.
were just
As we were
talking about
eating.
Talking about Westbrook?
The exact same. He
Shout out
has
the boy
one
West.
mode.
He only
just
has
go
one
Yeah,
mode.
one more.
That's
He
it.
has one go mode.
Just
Go
go.
mode.
That
Yeah,
mode is
100%.
We lit.
Those are the exact same words. And there's some other words, but we won't say the words.
Oh, man.
But with that is how you do one thing is how
Yeah.
you should do everything. And that comes with your responsibility.
And discipline.
Yeah.
And of course discipline.
Yeah,
Because
100%.
this is what I tell them also. And I also tell myself whenever I feel like I see a couple of fissures in myself,
Right.
quote unquote being real. A young man with no discipline is no man at all for me. For me. Because you have all of these different occurrences that are gonna happen, circumstances will change, your feelings will change. Like joy and happiness are very different. But when you go into happiness, it's one day I'm happy, the next hour I'm not. Like I'm not happy that the bus driver saw me and he cut.
Damn.
I'm happy thinking about the fact that maybe if I got on this bus, based on true story,
actually
I'm
real.
thinking maybe I'm unhappy because the man saw me. Please stand clear of the doors, but I'm right there, and he just cuts.
Just kept going.
I'm unhappy.
Prick.
I'm happy thinking about the fact that had I got on that bus, maybe someone would have spat on me. Maybe a senseless person would have stepped on my shoes. Maybe a senseless person would have got into a fight with someone, and because I believe right is right, wrong is wrong, I would have been the guy say, "Oh, guys, please stop. I get bottled."
Yeah.
For all I know, I'm happy thinking I got protected from something, right? But even that, it comes with discipline, and discipline even stems from responsibility, stems from integrity. If you walk in integrity towards the smallest of things, when you're trusted with the little things, with bigger things, you'll have no problem.
Yeah.
So that's what I believe what being real is.
That bus one's a good one still.
Bro.
You know, speaking of the bus, I mean, I got splashed by like the rain today. Like when I got off the bus, about to
Yeah.
cross to get to my crib, and then I got splashed.
Bruh.
My whole pants, like my new pants, got like.
My goal
mud
is to
and,
start
rain
taking
on it.
pictures of like the number of the bus or the car license plate. Yeah, I've done that a couple
word.
times.
Yeah, because, yo,
Yeah.
you don't got to drive like that. Like, I
You
believe
don't.
90%
I really
is
think you
intentional,
don't.
bro.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
intentional,
course.
90%.
Of course.
Yeah.
Speaking of what you just said with the bus, you were right there. He cut, and you look at it as maybe this was for a reason. You know how in Toronto the TTC's been wilding. A lot of issues at Spadina Station.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Get slashed.
My mother,
The drivers?
No,
Nah,
pedestrians,
passengers,
Yeah,
bro.
regular dude just.
What?
my mother was at Spadina Station on the subway. Sorry, on the streetcar. She's about to exit, going south. Tell me why she missed the streetcar
Yeah.
by maybe 2 seconds. She hops on the next one. All of a sudden, everything shut down in the station. The issue was with the
Previous
previous
one.
streetcar.
Yeah.
Somebody got stabbed on the previous streetcar.
That's
She
crazy.
missed that by 2 seconds.
2 seconds. Yeah.
And who's to say it couldn't have been her?
Who's to say? That's the thing.
So then I'm looking at her like,
Perspective
there's a reason you missed
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
streetcar,
Yeah.
mom.
But it's perspective that, like you said earlier, it's always perspective.
It's crazy, bro.
You could choose to look at rain on a day and be like, ah, man, I can't believe it's raining. Someone else is looking at it, finally, we have water. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
and that's what, and maybe for us, maybe because we're all really close and we share similarities in our mindset. I really believe that if we promoted healthier mindsets and made perspective more of a means to an end, where it's not just, oh, it'll be better next time, and then it's past. There's no actual development into why you should encourage someone to feel that way. Like that thought process with your mom is like, thank God. And that person, I think it comes also from an aspect of appreciation too. Like you're someone who's appreciative, you can look at a situation and say, you know what? All right.
Gratefulness.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and either way, it could have been worse. or,
either
you
way,
know,
Absolutely.
I'm glad this happened. Or,
Yeah.
I repeat that all the time. It could have been worse.
yeah.
It could have been
and
worse.
sometimes it does.
For the
Sometimes
most
does
part,
get worse.
it usually is.
It gets
what-
worse before it gets
you know?
better. That's
Yeah.
very true. That is very, very true.
If it gets worse though, that's shaky. Especially when it was bad.
We are,
man.
Yeah, it feels bad to
It just
just
got
get
worse. Like, what are we doing?
Come on now. When you begin to shake it a lot, you could turn it into a podcast.
Just like us.
You guys should.
Like, comment, subscribe.
The fact that everyone just went,
Right on the camera.
I had an office moment.
Wow.
But no, yeah. What do you think it is to be real?
It definitely ties in with responsibility.
Yeah.
And my boy,
You know what I'm saying? Definitely.
Yo, these two
Brother Jay right here. Sorry, Jeff. Whoa, I said Jay. I don't know who Jay is.
I don't know who
Jeff.
Jay is still.
But not definitely responsibility. You know, like owning up to your mistakes. If you did something wrong, bro, just come out and say it. Pay what you owe. No boondocks. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I know that was in the boondock. Yeah, pay what you owe. That's a big one. Wow. Yeah, man.
Pay
like
what you owe, bro.
No boondocks.
you have to be held accountable, man. That's you know what I'm
Yup.
saying? Without
Yup.
getting so crazy into it and getting all aggressive and angry and you know what I'm saying? And emotional.
Getting passionate.
Passionate.
He
Yeah,
has,
passionate.
he,
Yeah.
he has all the reason to.
You know what I'm
to
saying?
be
But
chilly
like
still.
really just pay what you owe. Just be held accountable and you know, maybe you can be considered a man.
Yo, I don't know.
Maybe for real.
Maybe,
Maybe.
yeah.
It was maybe heavy on the maybe. See, I'll be listening for real.
Definitely protect and provide for people that you care about.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. That's
family,
just- yeah.
close friends, your
That's
your
facts.
lady or
So
whather.
responsibility will make you want to do that.
Exactly. So that's the whole. That's
Goes
the
hand in
umbrella right
hand.
there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, man. I mean, it's pretty. We have this similar.
pretty
similar
standard,
mindset,
yeah.
as
A
you
major
said, you know what
thing,
I'm saying?
though. Major thing for me.
I'll spit that chicken.
Yes, sir.
Respect,
Yo,
bro.
the jigga
Ah.
Moving with
Oh, yeah.
respect. dog.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, it's not hard to do, bro.
Oh no, bro, it's hard.
It
Clearly.
is. I was gonna say I think it is for
No,
some
like
people.
clearly, like
Yeah.
in reality, it's different.
Oh, in reality, yeah,
Yeah.
because people.
Oh, you talking about just in this room? Oh,
No,
in
in this
room?
room,
Oh,
no,
this
we
room
got
had
you.
that problem.
Yeah, we'll never
This
have that
room's
issue.
great, you know what I'm saying?
We'll never have that issue in
I'm
this room,
playing,
but
yeah.
Yeah.
bro, you never know who you're talking to.
Yes.
Word.
I'm so sorry, bro. You really never know who you're talking to.
Yeah.
I was like, you're on a date with a psychopath. Like, you would never know.
Bro, you
That's what it
literally,
sounds like.
you will literally never know.
Yeah, real shit.
But not only that, it's like
Mm-hmm.
you want to big dog somebody. You think you're a greasier person,
Yeah.
and you want to big dog somebody else.
Yeah.
So you go right ahead and you think you're sicker, and then you big dog them, and then they retaliate. They retaliate,
Yeah.
and now you're looking at it like, whoa, what just happened?
Right.
Or
If
don't
you
even
just
get a
showed
chance
that
to.
person respect, you
Yeah.
wouldn't be in that situation.
Yeah.
Respect is the difference between life and death. Sometimes
Word.
I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
Yeah.
You
You don't gotta be sorry for nothing.
Yeah.
You
That's a
literally
fact.
have
Right.
no idea
Right.
who you're interacting with on a daily basis. It's like we've worked retail.
Oh man.
Okay, a
Some
customer comes in
Right.
reckless.
and they're moving recklessly
Yeah.
because in their mind they're probably like, "Oh, this
I'm
guy
right. The
is a
customer's right.
scrub.
Yeah.
You're working, serving me, getting my shoes, doing whatever."
Yeah.
Okay,
Slave system.
all right,
Yes.
Yeah.
fair enough, right? Fair enough. Fair enough. You don't know if that person. You don't know what that
Fired
person
that
does
day.
after work.
You know if they got fired that day.
9
and they
to
were just
5.
waiting for some.
You don't know how they woke up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know if they have kids at home,
Yeah.
no matter how young they look.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Life stressors. Yeah.
Yep.
What do you really know about the person you're talking to? You don't know if they're big time trappers. You don't know if they have a gun on them at work,
That's true.
waiting for one moment, man. Let
can't
somebody
wait.
play with me today.
Yeah.
Don't kill me.
It's a sad thing, but it's
Yeah.
true though.
It's true,
It's
though,
true.
man.
It's so true.
But you want to know how you deflect all of those?
Respect.
Respect.
Yeah.
Just be respectful, as Big Jake said.
That's it, bro.
That's it.
Would you guys think that consideration is probably one of the big signs of respect?
Being considerate.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely part of
Because
Like
in
a
your example,
precursor type thing, yeah.
yes, that's what I think,
Definitely,
right?
Yeah.
Because it's hard for if someone says, "Oh, if I can't respect you if I don't trust you," then that's just a reckless way to move. How many people do you really trust?
I
in
don't
the
trust
world?
anybody,
Right?
but
Yeah.
I still have respect to not
Exactly. Yeah.
treat you any differently than I
Yeah.
would. Like, I'm not gonna talk to you as if you're little, like you're.
Belittling them.
Like,
Belittle
I'm
him,
gonna
yeah.
belittle you.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
what are we doing here?
That's because you were raised right, though.
Yeah.
know?
That's
The
it.
different,
sure.
Oh shoot, because that's where the frustration happens. Because now you mess around and walk as though you believe everybody's raised the way you were raised. So the slightest thing can get you quote unquote frustrated.
Yeah.
For you, it's yes, please, no, thank you. For you, it's yes, ma'am, no, sir.
Yes, sir.
For someone else, yeah, it's none. It's not about that.
None of the
Not,
above.
not
It's
at all.
Nothing. So
Yeah.
now you find yourself in situations where, hold up, I would have done this, I would have done that, and then every day you have to reel yourself back in to understand that you weren't raised the way they were, and they weren't raised the way
Well,
you
you were. Yeah.
And I understand that, which is why I tell those people to stay away from
It's
me.
about to. Yeah.
You know, like,
He doesn't want to hear none of that.
It's like, I feel you, but nah.
no, I definitely feel you.
No.
Because I like
yeah.
you have to realize,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like not everybody's gonna move the way I move.
Yeah.
But if you can't even grasp how it is to talk, like let's say you go to eat dinner
Like common courtesy.
and you're
courtesy.
disrespecting,
That's a
There you go.
consideration. The common
Commonality
courtesy.
Yeah.
socially and all that. Yeah.
or you're disrespecting a person that serves you food,
Yeah, that's crazy.
What are we doing here?
you're an idiot
Yeah.
because you don't know what that person's gonna do to your food, bro.
Yeah. Consider what they could do to your food.
Ah.
But that's.
But you like
It sounds like such a simple.
it sounds simple, but I know it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But hey, man, what do you think? Do you think that people without that type of awareness need to suffer some sort of consequence in order to understand, or do they not even? Do they not even have to necessarily suffer anything, like because they weren't raised anywhere they weren't
know
raised
any better.
similar to us. They
Yeah.
won't actually even understand
Because-
what the problem is.
Bro used to say, if you do better,
You do.
You would
better.
do better.
Right?
I'm
You see what I'm
sorry,
saying? You
it's
see
true,
what I'm saying?
bro.
Wow.
And for me, it's
Okay.
if you didn't know, sure.
Yeah.
But to whom much is given, much is required. We
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
So because we know that, the manner in which we conduct ourselves, the standard is so high.
So high.
Many can't fathom that.
Damn.
So now it's just an act. It's just a facade. It's who I am. And then after that, you look at someone else who lacks that, who lacks the common courtesy at dinner, who doesn't say please, doesn't say thank you, who walks around as though you owe me, life owes me. To that answer about whether or not people should experience bad things, or not bad things, for reality to really wake them up, honestly, I'm not wishing. If life shakes you up, may life shake you up so that now you know what it's like. But when you're, and that's the difference between being smart and being wise and just being perspicacious. When you're smart, you think you have all the answers.
Yeah.
Don't touch the stovetop. Touch it anyway. Because you're smart. You thought if I touch it this way,
There's gonna be a different outcome.
Yeah.
that's it.
No, sir.
But no, don't touch it, period. When you're wise, and I look at King Sully just touched the stovetop, I'm not going to touch it because I seen how he reacted for real. Am I about that reaction?
Am I about that reaction?
I'm not about. So I'll live to tell the story about how bruh got,
About
how he got burned. But I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. I don't need life to shake me up for me to realize, dang, that's not for me. I don't. But if life ever happened, now I absolutely positively have no excuse to behave the same way I was behaving before this experience. And if I do, then I'm a buster.
Yeah.
Buster.
And I haven't heard that in
Then
a
I'm
decade.
then
Yo,
I'm
this guy be
really,
bringing out the
really a
vocabs on
buster.
the
Yeah.
classics.
Then I'm really a
You're
buster.
really shaking it.
Buster customer.
agree.
That's right. I get you some cook. Where's that from? What song is that from?
Yo, you a bust. Is it?
Buster customer. Get you some cooker. I don't even know.
No,
Some
no.
rap
I
song
thought,
from
honestly, I actually
BET.
thought it was a 50 Cent song.
It might have
personally.
been, dog. I don't know.
I know Jay-Z said you a customer, crony.
Yeah. Got some dirt on my shoulder. You brushing off on me? No, I agree too. But I would say in that same likeness, I agree. I never would wish any suffering on anyone. Because suffering feels like a pain endured with no end or no visible end in sight. And I think that could be a turmoil that could just be a lot to bear. But in agreement to the aspect, I think what happens is a lot of people suffer at their own detriment, and it's their own fault. And because we're human beings and we have a hard time with being accountable, we like to blame it on the first thing possible.
I didn't have a dad. I wish this.
Exactly.
I got fired.
Exactly.
Oh, it's her fault. Bro,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I understand. Be that as it may. Be that as it may. But the fact that I'm already going there in the first place,
Yeah.
instead of looking within,
Yeah.
that's my problem.
Exactly.
And that's the problem. And honestly, that's the world's problem.
Yeah.
As we speak right now, that's what it is. No emotional intelligence, no awareness. When you said in the beginning, oh, get help. I have to help myself first.
Yeah.
Help myself first. So people shouldn't be first option. Honestly, I really believe people should be last resort.
So you think you should look internally first?
Absolutely.
It's only going to affect everything that happens is only going to affect you first. You're only going to be able to feel what affects you first. The empathy, the sympathy, those are external things that occur afterwards. You know how many people feel bad? You see a video of a child that hasn't had food in a week. You feel bad for them. You have the empathy, the sympathy's there. But how does that actually affect you? Like, what's your thought process going through it? You're probably gonna have a burger in the next 20 to 30 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So it's that like feeling guilt. Like,
Culpability.
yeah, I love feeling guilt, or not guilt, but more so culpability when I know I'm supposed to do something and I didn't do it, and I reflect like, bro, you knew better, you should have did better. And again, I agree that not everyone's raised the same, but I do believe that consideration should be one of the most obvious things. Because no matter in whatever relationship you have foundationally, whether let's say you're a parent, you have a kid, you're going to want to consider your child. in that, your child is going to start considering you,
For sure.
which is just a natural habitual behavior that should be continued with every other relationship. You know, we walk in this room. Hey, are you guys okay with dogs? It's your space. You didn't have to ask if we're okay with dogs. You say, "Oh, brother, honestly, the dog's here. I don't know what to tell you." You know, so for me, it's that is that aspect of where we talk about everything but consideration. Oh, you feel upset? Okay, well, you could see a specialist. But we never talk about consider yourself. How do you feel about yourself? How do you feel with yourself? What do you think is bothering you the most? Because if you're able to be, who is it? And Nipsey Hussle said this. He said he had read something where it says, "Would you rather be at peace with the world and at war with yourself, or at peace with yourself and at war with the world?" And when I think of that, I
The
always
latter.
right. And I always, when I thought of that, I thought about this analogy of every time we say, "Oh, the world, there's no more hope for the world, man. It's such a bad place," and then you start losing hope to want to do the right thing. Because then someone says, "Oh, well, if I do it, it's not going to change anything." So you would rather do nothing at all than do something that at least can pay it forward for someone else. Like, that's odd to me. And again, it's the consideration. We don't consider enough the world today, or I would say maybe even in general. Because for it to be like this, it must have came somewhere, you know.
Yeah.
So
It's like,
Yeah, man.
Is this human nature at this point?
yeah,
Who knows, man?
yeah.
One thing I will say though, I guess it ties in with consideration too. It's like, you know how we were like, it's not some people like, not that we were saying it's not some people's fault, but people weren't raised the same,
Yeah.
so they don't perceive certain things in the same way as
Yep.
like us four.
Yeah.
Maybe there's even things that us four
Yeah.
we wouldn't agree on.
For sure.
Depends.
Yeah.
But it's like, back to respect, okay? Let that same thing happen to you. But you know exactly how that makes you feel. So why is it so weird for you to not make somebody feel that same way?
Yeah. that's
You
well
know. You know exactly how certain things feel, bro. So it's not about how you were raised, because when the same thing is done to you, you have the same reaction as to
that's
the
very
person
well
you're
said.
doing that to. It's
Yeah.
like, that's why it's hard to sympathize a
Yeah.
lot now, because it's
That's
like,
actually crazy. I never thought about it much.
bro,
like that.
how are
It's
you?
always about me.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, how are you gonna sit there and say, "Oh, this person was rude to me," but then I look at you, how you interact with everyone else, you're just as rude to them.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna sit back and complain about them? What?
Hypocrisy, man.
What? Like,
yeah, but
it
come
doesn't
on.
make any sense. It's like, who was I talking to? I
Man,
think
took
I was
a
talking
deep
with.
sigh.
I think I was
That's
talking
a
with
sigh,
Solomon,
That's a
right?
sigh. That's a come from the heart.
All right. Here's an analogy. I don't know if
Yeah,
this is a
we were
good one.
talking about this.
But
Was
it's
it
like-
last week or 2 weeks ago. Yeah, we was talking.
Okay, let's say you have a friend
Yeah.
and you have a girl.
Yeah.
You're dating this girl. Things go south. Y'all break up. And then this is your boy, and he automatically moves in on it.
It's Denny's your boy. But anyway, keep going.
Hold on.
My bad, bro.
So they're
You got
both
spit.
yeah. So he moves in on the girl.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that right or wrong?
Oof.
To me, I'm gonna just say it straight up.
It's
To
your
me,
it's your friend. You said right.
this is my
his friend.
dogs.
And he's not talking about him, by the way, folks.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
He's
This
giving
is
an
not.
example.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I'm not the other guy, by the way.
It's just a,
Yo, neither are we.
Disclaimer.
he's not that guy still. He
That
would
man
never.
put out there full disclaimer.
Although that is my pronoun.
All right.
I'm him.
Timothy.
Timothy.
Him
Oh, my
Duncan.
Him Duncan.
Don't
Him
kill
Duncan.
Keep going, Jigga.
Moves in on the girl. You confront him. He genuinely says, "Yo, I didn't know." And then his reasoning behind that is, if I were to do the same to him, he wouldn't care. So in that,
The great
I'm
dilemma.
just saying, in that perspective,
Yeah.
I don't know how mad I could be at him, because if I were to do the same to him, he wouldn't be cheese.
The only thing I would say in that example that is a factor that determines whether you feel you're in your right to be emotional is, how is your boy if he doesn't know this is your girl?
That's number one. But number two is, anybody can easily say, "Oh, if that was me, I wouldn't care."
Anyone can.
Until it happens to you.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree on that.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, just for conversation.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if he was completely genuine,
Yeah.
and that if I were to do the same thing,
Yeah.
he wouldn't care. I don't know how angry I could be, because genuinely, it didn't matter to him.
Yeah.
So in his mind, it wouldn't
didn't
have
matter
mattered
to
to
you.
me.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just one little thing. I was talking to Solomon
that's
about
But
it.
we'll
100%.
say it says more about you
Yes.
than it does about
That's
him.
what I was gonna say.
I agree.
And I'm saying that because, number one, what's for you can't miss you. No matter how hard you try to lose it, whatever, it's gonna come back to you.
Yeah. Well, to me, I wouldn't be around a person like that in the first
That's
place. But I'm
yeah.
just giving it like,
Yeah.
100,000%.
just for conversation.
For sure, absolutely, absolutely, yeah.
But it says more about you, and again, it goes back to because you know better, you would do better,
100%.
and because you also consider other people.
100%.
There
I
it
try
is.
to be around people that
There it is.
share the
That
same
enable
type of
you,
things,
exactly.
you know?
It's a
And
principle. It's a
Iron sharpens
principle
iron.
thing.
So
Yeah.
I know that, you know that, we all know that. I'm like, wait a minute.
Iron sharpens iron.
Right?
I like that.
I'm not gonna go and do that
I like
because
that.
if it ever happened to me, I have no issue. It's true. I'm gonna bounce back. I'll shake it off. But the
Yeah.
fact that it happened for me now, it questions the friendship from the beginning.
Oh, I'm looking at you crazy.
Different, yeah, most
Yeah.
likely.
I mean, what and why are you thinking about it differently? Thinking about me differently, because it also stems back to your upbringing. You know right from wrong, and at certain ages in life, it's like, bro, what are we talking about? You should know better.
Yeah.
And it's the
Especially
same
if you're
thing.
around me and I'm considering you my dogs.
But that's
Exactly.
with that example, I'm still saying it's strange that someone's response would be, "Yo, I didn't know." If you're supposed to be my boy. It would be
you've heard
different.
See, that maybe it's a bad example.
No,
but
no,
that's
no,
why I
but-
was
no,
like,
but-
I don't know.
No,
But it's not. It's still a good
one,
example.
fam. It's a good one.
It's a good example
one.
because there are people that have done that. Yo, bro, I didn't know. And then you sit back like,
Yeah.
how did you not know?
With that face.
Right?
Oh, you
Right?
definitely knew.
Right?
Yeah. You definitely knew.
And so there's that perspective. And then the second one is more so, it would be different if the person would have, again, I know we're not talking about Big Jig over here, but it would be different if the guy came and spoke to you about it prior.
I'd still look at it weird.
Of
But,
course.
Yeah, there's a
But
little
the
bit more understanding,
consideration
At
was
least
there.
Yeah.
The consideration was there. The latter of the first part of the example is more so, I acted of my own will, knowingly, and now I'm being confronted for my decision. It's
Yeah.
too late. I can't take the
Can't take it back.
the righteous route. I can't take the integrity route. What else can I do? Yo, bro, I didn't know. I really didn't know.
Deflect it completely.
Yeah, and it's almost I find that almost narcissistic, like to be able to dismiss something, because you have to remember, like, yo, sharing emotions with another person that are intimate, and then sharing it with another person, and not to know that you have an intimate relationship and friendship with somebody else, like that's a triple threat match right there. So,
That's Triple H versus Randy Orton
bro.
versus John Cena.
Listen, man. So for me, again, and even in everything we're speaking about, when you think
That
about
happened
respect,
at WrestleMania 24. My bad. I'm not thinking about my That's real.
yeah.
That's real.
Oh, man,
It was
so
a great match.
it's always the consideration. It's even from top to bottom. It's always consideration because that shows respect. That shows care, accountability, responsibility, and a lot of it starts with yourself too. And then I do know that people project as well. But if I'm gonna project anything, I want to project the best form of myself as well. You know, man, you cheat on your girl. I don't know, bro. If it was me, I would have just been honest. Oh yeah,
Or
but you're
just
in a
cut.
good relationship, bro. You wouldn't talk about that. Yeah, I'm projecting what I believe would be the right thing for you to do. You know, I feel like people when they say projection, they only use it in
the
moments of
negative terms.
conflicts.
Yeah.
Yeah. The same way confrontation always has a negative connotation.
Shout out Trisha, y'all.
Oh, yeah,
Everyone
but
needs
I
to be
was-
more
I was just thinking
confrontational.
about it,
bro.
Trisha.
Yeah,
First
yo,
thing that
I'm a
gets-
very confrontational person. Like I said that to someone, like, yo, bro, chill. Like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yo, dude, you guys don't understand because
no.
for the longest time since like being young
Jigga
to
held
being a
back.
teenager, yeah, he's about to.
No, I know why they were. I know why they said yo chill.
Yo,
How did you say it?
I'm a very confrontational person, bro. Like,
You said it like that.
no, 100%, bro.
feel it,
And
I
I say
feel
that to people, and
Yeah,
people
yeah,
take it so
I
wrong.
see what you mean.
It's like people are. I've faced myself so many times
Yeah.
from a young age to now. I face myself every day. I had a caption a couple weeks ago. I said, "Self-love is how you greet yourself when you look in the mirror. It's not just this. Yeah, I need to take some time for me." Say, bro, how do you think about yourself? What do you think about yourself? Even today in the gym, I'm working out. I had to talk to myself. Yo, P, come on. This is who you are? You can't do one more rep? This is who you are? I'm like, no, I got one more. Fam, you got to be your biggest cheerleader. So for me, it's like being confrontational is the healthiest thing you could do for yourself. It means you don't run away when things get tough. You're able to face the situation head on. And 10 out of 10, some form of solution comes out of it. It might not be the solution you're looking for, but you have the experience to know how to approach it another time. So I don't know, man. Hey, the healthiest way, be confrontational. I'm not saying go out there just, step on a man's Air Forces.
But people tend to not like that word either.
Yeah, it's true.
Sensitivity
People
nowadays,
are
bro.
triggered.
Yeah, man. They get triggered by the word confrontation.
Sensitivity.
People are trigger
Like
happy.
confrontation doesn't have
just
to
spoiled
be
out
so.
here, man.
We're entitled. That's all it is. That's all it
spoiled,
is.
Entitled little brats.
Yesterday, what was it? Okay, so quiet as kept, we went back to get them sandwiches for real. So we went to Bami yesterday and we ate and we sat upstairs.
Right.
He and I are speaking and I told him, I'm like, Pete, I cannot suffocate my essence to appease to somebody else's insecurities. I can't. And then when you said it's a sensitive society, it is.
It really is, man.
It is. How many times, remember, based on true story, remember how many times you had to walk on eggshells because you didn't want to offend anybody. But the stuff you're about to say, willing to say, wanted to say, aspired to say, is nothing negative in the slightest. But you
Yeah, it's
have to
ridiculous,
But
bro.
you have to be mindful. I don't know what this person might think. Bro, when your heart's in the right place and you're your hardest critic, there's nothing you can ever tell me that I never told myself.
Yeah.
So when I'm speaking freely because I know I'm not here to offend you. However, the truth will offend. And any when you get bitten by a dog, you're gonna bark. Sorry, you're gonna shout. And a hit dog is gonna bark. So you feel some type of way, and I understand. But in reality, what do they say? Oh no, I'm not upset. I'm not mad. It's okay to be mad.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's okay to be upset. For real. From there, we can have dialogue.
Yeah.
But the easiest thing
Nah,
is
but some people can't control that aspect, you know.
I
Like,
was
true.
just-
When
when
I
they
was
start
just
getting
about to say
cheesy,
that. Yeah, I was just
even
about
bro,
to say that.
even
Yeah.
situations for me, like some situations, like I don't even want to talk anymore, bro.
Yeah.
He just wants to fight.
I thought he was saying like he didn't want to talk because he's tired of talking.
Nah,
I was gonna say I feel you.
Tired of talking. Yeah,
But
yo, bro.
like, in fairness to Big Jigga though, like he's very level-headed.
I agree.
And
Yeah.
when
just
it
trying to
gets
be-
to that
I know.
level,
I know. This is my little bro.
Yeah.
Nah, I
you know what I'm
know.
saying? Where
100%.
he doesn't want to have a
100%,
conversation anymore.
100%.
I know the other imbecile on the other side
Yeah.
is wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Because yo,
come
like,
on.
Yeah.
yeah, man, like when you mess up, you just say
And make
"No,
sure you
this is
shower."
My bad.
Yo, what?
You know what I'm saying?
That's gotta be personal.
Make-
chill,
make
chill,
sure you
chill,
shower.
chill,
Shower. That's gotta be personal.
Nah,
That's
like,
a personal
I don't know,
cut. That's a personal
I don't want
cut.
to get caught up in somebody.
Nah, me neither, but yo, that's a personal
He's
cut.
about to go. He's about to go to MTL.
Wow. Yo, that's a personal cut.
You know what I mean? It's because I know Gilleon for a while.
Yeah,
And it's
100%.
like he's level-headed, man. It's like I know these situations with him.
It doesn't happen often.
No.
It's a
for
Like, it
sure.
rarity.
happens
It's
very,
a
like, it's
rarity.
super
And
rare.
he doesn't
But his
have a short.
self-awareness is there too, to know.
Yeah. Because I know how to control myself until I don't want to control. Like it's me being like I'm done controlling myself.
But see, is losing control when you know how to control yourself actually not controlling yourself?
He who anger, because at that point, if I anger you, I control you.
Yeah.
So I know I can be persistent. Because now it's a race between who's gonna get cheesed fastest and who's gonna continue and be persistent.
Yeah.
But it,
So at that
depends
case-
on the circumstances.
Very
though.
true.
You know what I mean? Like
Certain
in his case,
circumstances, bro.
His case,
I don't
or
even
my
care
case,
anymore, bro. If you want to take it outside, we'll take it
Yeah,
outside.
some mans can be blatantly incorrect
Yeah.
in their approach and whatever
Yeah.
was going on in that specific situation.
Yeah.
it's not even like, oh, who's the first to get upset. It's like, you are an imbecile.
Yeah, there's
You're-
nothing to
you're
talk about
wrong.
anymore, because
you
you don't
are
even understand why
morally,
you're
like,
wrong.
socially, like, you're incorrect.
Like, how do you?
I'm gonna be angry with their decision.
100%.
And how do you?
Yeah.
How do you get somebody that doesn't understand that they're wrong
Yeah.
when they're dead? Like, you're dead wrong, bro.
But you're not gonna
dead wrong.
Don't throw pearls to swine. Doesn't matter how much I speak, how much wisdom I think I can give. how
Yeah,
much-
there's nothing to say
How much
anymore.
advice I think I can provide for you to actually adhere to and assimilate. It doesn't matter. I see
Yeah.
that. I'm like,
You gotta be on the nice boy.
You can have the
You gotta be
last
on the
laugh.
nice
You can have
boy,
the
fam.
last say. I'm on the biggest nice tip. I'm with you.
Oh, you guys will just walk away.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
with you. Trust me. Trust me.
Bro.
I'm with you.
All right,
was
but
telling
he's a
him-
lost cause. But just walk away.
For real, if you're going off and I understand, but listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
People are gonna oftentimes listen to respond instead of
Yes,
listen to
exactly. That's
actually
what I was
take
gonna
the
say.
win.
That's
And
what I
those
said.
are probably the rare
That
occurrences
you're in.
that you
Because you're a good listener, so you can't assume that there's a difference between hearing someone out and listening. Someone will hear you, like you said. They can identify the situation they're not right. And the other thing too is sometimes people make it about who's right or wrong more than doing what's right. Do you know what I mean? So at that point, the doing what's right has to be in your hands in the situation that we're using. But then if you know you should do better and you don't do better, you're just as wrong.
You're right, man. You're right, bro. I can't argue that. But
Nah, it changes
man.
because we spoke about that last time too, right? Like imagine how many men would have, and I say men obviously because we're part of, I don't want to say we're part of the culture, but we are an association as part of the culture. Think about like how many people die from like, yo, what's up? What's up? What you mean? What you mean? What's up?
Swallowing your pride, yeah.
Out of nowhere, pop, 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 done. All that for what? Because I said an extra what's up. You know, how
should have only said it
yo,
once, not twice.
Yeah, you said, yo, do you know? And that goes back to like even the logic, and we'll get into the music stuff like in a little bit. But do you
Yes, sir.
like? Do we really process that? Like, people are being killed for words. Like, what? What'd you say? What do you mean, what? I got it in the trunk. Go get it. Like,
Oh, that's a long
Say
combo.
no more.
yeah, right? Exactly.
no more.
Say no more.
You really
And
want me to do this?
I don't know, man.
Yes.
There's
Boom.
some things that happen
yeah.
in life. Sometimes it's not. I don't find it strange because we live in strange times and times have been strange forever. But it's almost mind blowing how careless we are with life, or how much we don't value it at all. And that's the real scary part. That for me is the scary part. Because then it's like you're not self-aware. You're not cognizant. You have no control, no discipline. Fam, what makes you different than an animal? The fact that you can buy real estate? Like,
Scam.
No, for
It's-
real.
it's
And
crazy.
Someone like that, that's somebody I gotta get away from you. 'Cause
Yeah.
what are you playing?
Ain't no
for?
telling.
You're not even trying to go to the postseason. You're just playing. No,
He's just
You're doing cardio.
That's
You're doing
it.
cardio.
You're just doing
You're doing
cardio.
cardio.
You're not even
Cardio.
accumulating
100%.
stats.
Doing
100%.
cardio.
No,
100%.
that's somebody who's
50
done the play
minutes.
I like that.
0
You're
points.
doing cardio.
0 assists.
Yeah.
0 boards.
Zero stat line.
I mean, we got guys with stat lines that say 0, 0, 0, 0. I mean,
for. That's really what
shout
it
out
is.
Sam
Just
Smith.
running up and down the court, bro.
Shout out Mitch.
Just tricking us. That's
No,
really,
don't do that. Don't do that. You talking about Westbrook? That man said, "Oh man, it's like Pat Bev, man. He's just tricking y'all, man. He's tricking y'all."
Just run around.
Oh man,
Yeah, man. What a
crazy.
life.
Very introspective topics that we
yeah.
dove
But
into.
we always have these good conversations. You know, it's the healthiest way to go about it.
No, but
sir.
still, they gotta
The last
shower,
thing
though.
I'm
They
gonna
gotta
say,
shower,
though,
They gotta
They
shower.
must.
The last thing I'm gonna say,
They must.
I will never be in a situation where my homie gets beat up or killed because of me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Holy
real.
shit.
That's
yeah,
real.
yeah,
That's considerate. Yeah.
Can you imagine
How
that,
can you
bro?
live with yourself with that? That's crazy. Yeah, that's true.
True.
Because
That's
I
true.
didn't put my pride aside, my boy's gone now.
Yeah.
Because of words, because of
Yeah.
nothing. That's something I
Can't fathom that.
I make sure, like, if there's ever a situation, altercation, anything,
Yeah.
and I'm like, and I could see my people, whoever I'm with, want to get involved.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be like, yo, just chill. We
Yeah,
don't like
of
this.
course.
This doesn't
Of
happen.
course.
Cause yo, it can happen this quickly,
Yeah.
and it sucks. Like, I'm the one that's supposed to go because
Yeah.
it's my issue.
Yeah.
But now
Yep.
it's my homie that has to suffer because of my foolishness.
Yeah.
I'll never get that, bro.
It's a
You're able
process.
to put your pride aside.
Yeah.
You have to.
You're able to.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. I have to.
Yeah.
Because I will not be able to live with myself if I let something like that ever happen, you know? That's the final thing I want to say on that.
I hope people take that part of this whole segment really intentionally.
That plays a part in loyalty too.
That plays
Loyal,
a part
bro,
in loyalty.
100%.
Exactly.
100%.
Exactly.
Because you get in a situation where your people, obviously, you expect your people to ride out for you, right?
Yeah.
But is it worth it if
Is
there's
it
a
worth it?
potential that
Yeah.
they'll never be able to ride out for you again?
Yeah.
Stop this.
That's why we stay indoors.
So I'm playing that Madden for real.
Nah, I'm outside, man, but
I
move with respect.
Man, back
I know,
outside
I know.
with
That's all
respect.
it is. I move
That's
with
very
respect.
true. That's
man.
very true.
Yeah.
No, even that whole aspect, even when I think about the creative process of respect, like if you're working on something with like another artist or collaborating with someone, there's always that respect too. But you have to remember too that not everyone, like we said before, is in the same line of thinking. I know for me, that's a lot of times why I don't do songs with a lot of other artists, and I work more with producers because I find everyone's really stuck. I don't want to say everyone, I apologize. I say a majority of people who want to make it in the industry. I don't want to make it in the industry. I want to make it in the business. For me, it's a big difference. I feel like clout, the gimmicks, those are part of the industry. Like some people, one day you got one hairstyle, the next day you got a different
I have
hairstyle.
never differentiated the two until right now.
Yeah,
Thinking about it.
I
now,
had to. I think maybe like 3 weeks ago I started differentiating it because, excuse me, a business for me is where you'll go learn something that's beneficial, and you don't have to sacrifice your morality for it. Whereas in the industry, bro, WWE, that's an industry. You know how many people play roles there? Cosplay is an industry. Like, so for me, it's, I don't want to sell myself short. And that's why when I was talking to you guys prior when we spoke last month, even like working on this project, just trying new things, experimenting, considering what can be an opportunity that opens up for me to be able to branch out and not be so limited by trap rap or people assuming that I have to rap about a certain type of thing. And trying new things is actually a lot more influential than doing the same thing over and over. You have somewhere at some point the mold has to break. Like at one point it was, yo, I only want to be a rapper or a hooper. It's like, bro, not everyone's a hooper. Not everyone has the drive for that. Not everyone has the mental toughness for that.
450 spots in the NBA.
And we were also
Just
talking
saying.
about that as well.
Yeah, right. Okay.
But
crazy
Let me,
that-
sorry to interrupt. Let me ask you a question. Do you think that dream,
Yeah.
rapper,
Yeah.
hooper, do you think that's just like they're trying to fixate us in like a box? Like this is what you could be. You can't be
If you're black, specifically,
I
that's what you're
think
trying
that's
to
what
say,
you're
right?
trying to get to. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
want to be that
I mean,
extreme with it. But
There's a lot of jokes about it too.
There is,
bro.
yeah.
Right. It's like, do you think that's like they try to keep us in that box? Like, why can't Jay be a lawyer?
Yeah.
You know, how come that's not fed to us? Why is it
Yeah.
like you're a hooper, rapper, or I don't know what the
Football
last one-
player,
football player? You know what I'm
NFL.
saying? Like
Yeah.
that's like
the most dangerous sport.
and a lot of blacks get concussions without severance, without like assistance
Yeah.
for like the football.
Of course,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh, they all do. That's
Yeah.
why I think after a certain age, yeah, you get kicked out the insurance policy.
Yeah. But I think like the black NFL players it's like they're like getting mistreated. Like I was reading that the other day. It was kind of sketch. I was
Wouldn't
like,
be
oh, this,
surprised.
you don't even hear this.
And yesterday we said what? NFL, the combine, they treat like a plantation. It's like slavery.
Plantation, bro.
It's
It's a
wild.
plantation for sure.
It's
bro.
You know.
wild the way they treat the
I
players.
do believe, to be honest, I do believe that there is a fixation on selling. Because you have to remember, I believe personally that, and I only want to say in North America, because our counterparts back home where we actually belong, I don't think they look at it the same way. Black people are the people who bought the most into the American dream. The most. And if you really look at the people that still, if you looked for the American dream and you had to put on a magnifying glass, I can guarantee you to see 86% are entertainers. And that's what's strange. I saw an interview with Malcolm X.
Well, Solomon, we got to wrap up the podcast, eh? We're about to be in
no,
the
no,
entertainment scene.
no. He said something really interesting. He's like, you ever find it strange? Why is it that when we have, in non-black communities,
Are you talking about Chris Rock?
No. This is Malcolm X.
Yeah.
He's
My bad.
yeah, Malcolm X actually saying this. This is an old interview. And he says, you don't find it strange, and he's speaking to a white man, he's like, you don't find it strange that when people in your community, when you say to your leaders, you always talk about either political figures, philanthropists, doctors,
Scientists, like
maybe a president.
Right.
And he says, but in our grouping,
Musicians and ballers.
musicians, athletes, comedians, it's like, why is it that
everything entertainment.
anything entertainment? And I hate to say this.
Shit, I think I know.
Be ready, guys. Cancellation coming.
You don't think it's crazy that every time I think about like black entertainment's blowing up, I always think of this blackface play that I seen a while back and like years ago.
Blackface play?
Yeah, where the person is blackface.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
And I keep hearing dance and word dance.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, when you really think about, because everything's rooted somewhere, right? When you really think about that, what is the difference of a record exec pushing a certain type of music that they know is going to, first off, black culture, which I want to say is black American culture, like hip hop, all these different things, is the most influential social culture that exists, flat out.
No debate.
No debate. There's
No
none.
debate. It's
Right?
actually not even close. Like, that's the one.
And when you think about it, a lot of it is like rap. And the message they push the most of rap is everything that our OGs and ourselves that grew up in the projects want to get out of. So it's like someone's telling you, bro, you got to get out the hood. But then there's someone that's out the hood talking about the hood like they're still there. So now you're thinking, damn, I guess I should go back to the hood. So it's like...
And then they get killed in their hood.
But that's also because they're gonna provide all that which you need to kill yourself and your people.
100%.
And so that's why when you say, do you think it is systematic that they keep pushing that?
course.
Of course.
I think even.
I don't even think it's like, to me, it's not even a question.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, I need to answer.
'cause
I wanted to
Yeah,
have
exactly, yeah.
I was
It's
literally
real.
talking
It's
to this guy
podcast.
earlier. We were
Yeah.
literally talking about, like, role models.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who were black people's role models.
You got more models than role models, I'll tell you that.
I mean, you got models playing their role.
Wow.
Basketball players,
Yep.
Yeah.
NFL players,
Entertainers. Yeah.
Bro,
entertainers.
think about that. There's a new profession called influencers.
Yeah, see
Influencers.
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 Yeah,
The
yeah.
influencers.
Social media influencers.
Bro,
have
that's
stormed
crazy.
the world.
It's wild, bro.
And they monetize it, broski.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heavy.
A lot of
and
them are
public
women.
figure.
Heavily
That
That
monetized.
and public
Like that
figure.
yesterday, this one dude asked me, it's like, are you an influencer? Why? I know, for real. Like, by the tricep dips, he's like, oh, are you an influencer? I'm like, bro, I'm trying to encourage you for real. You know what I'm saying? Because like, he was hurt, but I saw it. And I'm just
kill me.
nodding my head for real. And then he stops, he takes off and he asked me. I'm like, bro, no. In actuality, I'm just waiting for you to finish on the tricep. Really. But while we're here, keep going, brother.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa. And then I found out that you can really get paid to go on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it was the Soldier Boy, the exception.
Yeah.
You were wrong.
Bro,
Oh, man.
yeah, it's crazy out here, man.
Truthfully, I did hear year one, delivered by Lupe. That song made me cry for real. He was speaking about, literally speaking about Deliverance of Pizza Man. The pizza man scared to come on the block and deliver the pizza. Imagine.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That
Trying to
was
do your
crazy.
job, yeah.
And that's what Lupe is seeing. That's what Lupe is talking about. There's another song. What was it? I think it was High Definition. High Definition. Lupe is living in basically Chicago, so in the States, and he's well off because he's rapping. He's making money. He said a bar, and it was so small. He just said something like, "I'm trying to go public so I can get the private, then send Busy to go and get the what." No. He said, "I'm trying to go public so I can get the private."
Yeah.
Then he said something about going straight to Africa trying to fix the virus.
Yeah. But you were right. It was get busy to go get the pilots, then go to Africa, try to fix the
Trying
virus.
to fix the virus.
That
There
did
you
not
go.
age
And
well.
when he said that, I mean,
Not at all.
Not at all.
I mean,
Wow.
Getting into the game.
so when I'm thinking about that, I'm the same thing. Lupe didn't limit himself off just what he saw in Chicago.
Yeah.
He didn't. Chief Keef.
Chief Keef.
Look at what Chief Keef was spitting back then. Do we even know if he's making music right now?
Producing a lot.
I follow Chief Keef
He's
very
producing
heavily.
a lot. Yeah.
Is he? Let's say he's still on the same thing.
Yeah,
Is he still being pushed the way he's being pushed before?
definitely. not.
Definitely not.
No.
Nas said something and got yourself a gun. I used to listen to this guy said, "This is for the hood by the corner store." The line continues, "Many tried, many died. Come at Nas if you want a war." He says this is for the hood by the corner store. Every hood I can think of right now has a corner store. What are they
100%.
selling? Number one, there's an LCBO near every hood. There's a beer store near every hood. The Green Man, now that he's legal, near every hood.
Fast food spots.
Near
Yeah,
every hood.
100%.
They're providing all
No
that.
frills.
No
It
frills.
ain't no
Every
Whole
hood.
Foods.
Nah.
No Farm Boy, no Sobeys, no none of that. It's
No
frills.
Loblaws.
That's it.
No
And
Costco.
And they're giving me all that which I
No
need,
Costcos.
so I can just kill myself.
Yeah.
Hey, just keep you boxed up.
That's
boxed
it.
up,
That's
yeah.
the plan, right?
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
If I can come on now. If I can
That's the
control you
plan.
through the food, why am I gonna control you physically? Why do I need to get my hands dirty if I can just send a henchman?
It's really easy, man.
But is it not the mafia? Is it not like
Oh,
that?
yeah.
That's not how they do it. They don't want to get their hands dirty.
Yeah, the
but
guys
they have
at
a
the
team.
top. Yeah,
The syndicate.
Send, take them out. And it's the same thing here.
Yeah.
So now, okay, I can be a rapper because it's low hanging fruit. It's right there. But you can be an educated rapper, highly intelligent rapper. You can be an educated basketball player. And the problem was with Jaylen Brown, the same thing. Certain teams, it wasn't that we don't want to draft him because he can't play. It's because he was highly educated and the GMs knew that his life wasn't solely around basketball. And any given Sunday, he can mess around and get up and be an activist. That was
Boston Celtics, Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown.
Word.
And that's what
Yeah.
disabled certain GMs from taking him.
I did not know that.
For real.
I didn't know that either.
For real.
That's Jaylen Brown.
Be like that for real.
Let's go. Yo, you gotta step your game up. It's getting bad, bro. It's getting bad.
I guess he called with
I guess.
Like, you got the vibes. You got the vibes. But
Slow and steady, man.
vibes.
Slow and steady.
Yo, fam. Yo, go get a water break, fam. Yo, you so
He's over 2.
He's trying his best, bro. But even with Kyrie, the same thing with Kyrie.
Oh, yeah.
I would
Yeah,
never call
his
or
was
consider
rough.
Kyrie
His
to
was
be
rough.
for me
Appreciate
a
that.
leader. For me, he's not leading me.
Right.
Not even on the court.
No.
But what I'm saying is, come on. But what I'm
Got
saying
mine,
is,
got mine. I keep mine.
Natural Spring, no sponsor though.
So, yeah, let me
You know what I'm saying?
can
shout
wear
to
it once or
Kawhi
twice,
Leonard. That man said
whatever, 3 times.
sponsored by Gatorade.
Oh, when he took that off, yeah. But
Yeah, man.
even with Kyrie, for instance,
For sure.
Kyrie's knowledgeable about what he believes in.
Yeah.
What he believes in. But I won't consider him to be, for me, a leader. My leader, at least. But he can lead people into the same things that he believes in.
Right.
The same people, the people who believe in the same thing Kyrie believes in, Kyrie can lead them.
Yeah.
We might have difference in opinions, of course, and views, but that doesn't disqualify him just because he doesn't fit the criteria of what I believe in. But Kyrie also even admitted that, for instance, there's so much more to learn. So he didn't put himself on a pedestal of follow me. He just said, I'm learning. As you wish to learn, as I aspire to learn, let's learn together, walk with me.
Yeah.
But he didn't say, let me lead you. But the manner in which these rap athletes especially building schools, doing all that. I love it. I really do.
Yeah.
But now it's, oh, I should run for president, or I should do this and do that. Bro, you're not a politician. You're not.
Yeah.
No.
Politely speaking, you're not a politician.
Politely speaking, you're not a politician.
Right? And then now, of course,
Because that's the thing. They just think because they have
The
the
platform.
influence and the platform based off of basketball, you could do anything.
Yeah. Celebrities can do anything.
Bro.
See, but that's why I rated Michael Jordan though, because like he stayed in his lane. Still, I'm not gonna lie.
but Mike did stuff on the low.
He did stuff
He
on
did-
the low.
he
Mike,
did
for the
still.
black community, he just gave money on the low, but he didn't want his name to be anywhere. He just wanted to help out and then leave. Because he came out saying it too. He's like, man, I always have to be on top of my game because there's a black boy that's looking at me.
Yeah.
And he said that he had a fear where he's at a party. He said he had like a bad dream, a nightmare where he was at a party and he was so drunk and he was acting a fool and everybody was watching him. And that haunted him. That's the reason why we didn't really see Mike, unless that one pick where he was going off for real. Basement jam, I don't know. But otherwise, that's what he was. That's what
I think I know
right?
the pick. Did he have a cigar in his head?
I think so.
Oh, okay, yeah, and he's doing a little. Yeah, all right,
Mom
cool.
mess with the cigars, man.
Damn.
But
Nah, man, I hear you guys.
that's what it is.
They ain't gonna get me though.
That's why I don't know. For me, even when I do music, I just try to be as intentional as possible. You know, some songs require you to try something new, try singing, try rapping differently. And I notice even you and
Yeah,
Nick,
you try the singing now. I like that.
100%. I don't know, man.
I like it.
I got a little good feedback. You know, I got a lot of good feedback.
I like it.
I appreciate it, bro.
That's dope.
Nah, man, and even for me, it's a lot of people don't know. I used to sing before I started rapping.
Okay,
It's
quiet
just-
boy, I hear you.
Yeah. No, not even that. So what happened is my twin brother and I, we used to do music together, like write raps and stuff. And then there was these two girls in our neighborhood. One of them had heard me sing, and they're like, "Oh, you guys should do like a group together." And I was like, "Okay, like yeah, sure, I guess." And then I would sing a lot, and then I hit puberty.
Yeah, your voice is mad
you
deep.
knew.
You can't hit it. You
And
can't
then
hit
you knew it was
the
game time.
high notes
And
anymore.
then you knew it was game time. You knew it was game time.
Oh,
I
boy.
just looked. I looked at singing. I said, "We're done."
It's not gonna work out.
Like,
Yeah.
it's done. It wasn't. Yeah,
it doesn't
and,
work, bro.
and the thing too, at the time, it wasn't. There weren't any other. If you think of like Barry White or Barry Manilow or can't even think of all the other. What's the other? Who's the guy that sings "Can't Get Enough of Your Love, Baby"?
That's a deep voice.
The guy that also sings a song for Shaft.
Oh shoot.
I know you know the name.
He knows the name. I definitely know.
Shaft.
Yes, yeah.
You never seen that episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? He's
I have.
there.
Yeah. Oh.
Exactly. Talking about Smith. Will Smith. What's his name? No, not Quincy Jones. I'm so sorry.
He's the one that so.
Yeah. No, that's
not him.
Do you know that's William Shatner?
No,
No,
stop. Stop. That's not William Shatner. Is it William Shatner?
No,
No.
it can't be.
You're gonna give
All
me
right,
upset.
Google it.
Yeah,
Start
Tom
Googling it.
Jones.
one of those is.
It is.
One of
It
those
is. It
Tom
is.
Jones.
It is.
Tom
It is. It
Jones.
is.
Who is it?
Isaac Hayes.
Who the hell's Tom Jones?
No, that's a different song. You're talking about, the one I'm talking about is he's not the one that did that song.
kill
Oh,
No,
okay.
no.
Holy
So
shit.
no, so that, so then,
Set for real.
so then afterwards, like my twin brother, my cousin BB, they would like freestyle all the time, do raps together, and so I just started following into that footstep a little bit, and then I said, you know what, I'm just gonna rap. Start rapping, rap more, but then after I did, like I do EPs and like projects usually like a year apart, just to see where I'm at. I try not to be so oversaturated with music, like to put it out. Like I have a vault of music I haven't released, but I always feel music. I like to release music when I'm feeling like releasing music and putting out projects of work when I actually have a concept that feels emotionally thematic for myself. You know, so like that I try to sing a song project. That is me trying to sing a song about subjects that friends brought to my attention, and and shout out to Home Run. We had people present ideas. Okay, try to sing a song about falling out of love and looking for love. Like, okay, cool. Try to make a song about having a traumatic experience of not trusting people and then trying to talk to your partner. Okay, cool. Did that. And so every song has something different and a subject matter that's different. But if I was so caught up in what people thought, I don't think I would have released it. But I really don't care what people think about. I don't care about the opinionated aspect people have about my music. Because if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. You know, some people like
You actually need to have that mentality.
you
if
do,
you're in that
you
music.
do 100%. But it wasn't always like that, right? Like a lot of times, when I would put out music, I would send it to maybe 5 to 7 people that are really close to me. Yo, what do you think? Yo, this is fire. I don't know. I feel like you should try this. And then it's like, if people keep telling you to try things, I try things keeping in mind if I don't like it, I'm not going to keep going after it. Because too many times artists find themselves, I'm going to try to do this because they heard someone else do it. And a lot of times when I create, I avoid listening to any music with lyrics. Because then you start falling into the pattern of, I feel like a lot of times that's why rappers all sound the same because they work in the studio so much together.
Yeah, everyone
You
has the
just pick
same.
up
It's
on
hard
the
to
same-
tell.
same
It's hard.
flows
Yeah,
and
it's hard to tell who. It's
Yeah.
hard to tell. Okay, who? I wonder whose idea was to do this flow, and you know what? Doesn't even matter. They all sound the same.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I think the creative experience is just as important as a life experience, right? You're taking everything that is of you or a part of you that is a reflection of who you are, the people you're close to, and you put that on paper. But I'm just learning more to be a little bit more vulnerable about my own thought process, you know? So that's been a really cool experience. So hopefully people react to it the way I expect myself to react to it, but the truth is maybe they don't, you know? And I don't have the machine's backing to force feed people to like my stuff, which I like the most because whoever's gonna like it, they're gonna be
It's
part
true.
of. Like
Yeah.
my first R&B song ever goes #1 in like 23 countries worldwide. And you know what country didn't have a #1?
Canada.
Crazy.
But it's not
How
really that
crazy is that? And what's funnier too is I had a meeting with my distribution, and shout out to Kwame, shout out to Mark. And I was with my associate Sean, and we started talking to them, and I'm asking them questions just about like digital marketing and all those different things because I like to know the business, not the industry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get in the mix.
Yeah.
Here comes the
Mix.
money. You know, nah, in fairness, I was gonna be like, here comes the money, the shame.
All right,
the fucking
all right.
thing. When you said the business, and then
Yeah,
you guys
it's true.
caught me as I was
It's
trying to
true.
say.
Yeah,
what you
I
said.
said, no, the biz, no chance. Is what you got. So not.
Money. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. But then I lost it.
That's a classic.
I mean,
Dollar.
No, man. And so I'm talking to these guys, and they told me, okay, well, we submitted your song, we pitched it. I'm like, okay, what information can you guys give me, like, as insight so that I can know in the future? Because I don't want to make a record for a certain group of people, but I want to make records in mind to see how much I've progressed, at least analytically, for myself.
Word.
Right? If you have if a basketball player goes 8 from 16, I 50%. How can I be more efficient to get to my spots to go 10 from 12?
Word.
On the stats, you might still get 30, but you took 50 shots to get to 30. That's
Yeah.
gross,
Yeah, it's not blessed.
right? So for me, when I get that insight, it helps me be more be mindful of the analytical aspect of how I put forth a song. And the thing they told me is, well, you know, in Canada, the alternative R&B market is it's not really there. And I was like, that is crazy. Do you know how many good R&B singers are from Canada?
There's tons.
And I'm not just talking about the ones that you see on the
No, there's
the
tons,
eight
man.
the classic Dundas billboard, the hot spot, the Instagram hot spot for the Toronto mandem and the Galdom. I'm talking about people that we know that don't even want to put music out.
That's the problem, man. I'm so sorry.
No,
even for what you said earlier, when you said I have a lot of music I don't release, I'm a big hater of that.
I believe it. I believe
Big
it.
as like
But okay, what if I told you it's better to have, if I just record a song and I only have an idea of what I want to do with it, that's my problem. If I have a plan, like I have a plan for all my unreleased stuff that's like 3 years old, 4 years old.
oh, so you have a plan.
I
for
have
it.
a plan.
That's different.
It's
That is
different,
very
yeah.
different.
Because
Okay.
I do, but
take
it
it
is
back.
true. But it is true that I've been there. I have been there. Like the song that the R&B song that did really well on Apple Music in the new R&B playlist. I had that song for 2 years.
Oh,
And it took Home Run, the producer who did it. I'm sitting on the phone. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm thinking about releasing. He's like, yo, bro, release it. I'm like, but you know, it's winter. Like, I don't know if it's gonna hit the same. He's like, bro, stop overthinking it and just put it out. Because music is part of like a universal language, right?
Yes.
It doesn't matter where you're at. If it hits, it hits. And so to do that, I'm like, you know what? And after that, I said, yo, you know what? Every time I feel like putting a song out, I'm going to put it out. But my plan is still to release them. If I'm going to release songs, I try not to release more than 2 to 3 a month. And I keep it at 2 max. Because then I feel like I'm doing what everyone else is doing. Let me put a song out a week. Put a song out a week. Put a song out a week. It's like we don't even get a chance to digest the first song you put out. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I love the creative process more than I love the result. That's where I'm at with it now.
That's a true artist, though, no?
Is it though? I think honestly,
There's
I'll
the
be very
passion aspect
honest.
of it, right?
I think I finally feel I've transcended being an artist and I'm just a creator now.
Okay.
Okay, what does that mean?
So for me, the fact that I've had the opportunity to direct my own videos, I've learned from directors. Shout out my boy Dan. Shout out Big Smoke. We're gonna be working on a video as soon as I go back to Montreal this weekend. I've had a chance to meet with typewriters, coders, digital creators, digital designers. Meet with like brand representatives, and so I look the business. And so for me, I look at myself. At first, I was a rapper, marginalized myself.
Yeah.
Then I became a rapper singer.
He's trying to break free, but he's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you're an artist. Okay, well that's kind of vague though. Like, you're a painter? Are you a videographer? Are you
You draw?
more than a painter than a rapper? You
rapper,
dig?
you dig.
100%. And then I decided, you know what? I also do creative direction. So where does that fit in there? So
You just didn't want to box yourself
I
into
didn't
one
want to box
category.
myself in. Bro, I started in 2016 or actually 2013. I was writing songs for people. And I wasn't even that good of a songwriter. And now I'm writing songs for other people. Now I write songs and I direct
So you're a
how a
ghostwriter?
record goes. I am a ghostwriter, yeah.
It's explosive names.
No, I'm not. We're not doing none of that. Shout out Johnny Blaze.
Got the NDAs.
Yeah, no, it's not even.
NDAs.
It's not even NDAs.
It's
It's more
respect.
so. It's respect. Yeah,
And I respect that.
because
You're being considerate.
yeah,
NDAs are also signed.
it's because people, a lot of people, or for me, I'm very selfless, and it might sound egotistic to say that about myself, right? But I've learned I prefer putting people in positions to succeed because that shows how successful I can be. So if I write a song and then I do it, I'm like, it doesn't sound good with my voice. And then I have someone else that's there. Hey, do you want to try maybe doing it? Boom. Like, I use him a lot for like ad libs. You know, like I'll say, yo, Jay, I need you to do this. Like, so he's like, oh, say no more. I got you.
Okay.
So I'm on the track. My sister, like, hey, can you do this at the beginning? My good friend, I have Aaron Case, Case's sister. Remember Katie Case? Blonde-haired girl.
She was selling them pies at the stove.
From Sault Ste. Marie. Worked at Foot Action.
Foot Action.
To be continued.
That was a blur in my
That was a
life.
blur for Jelani.
Yeah. This guy was toasty.
But you gotta write it.
So yeah, no. So like even Erin Case, someone who a really good friend who every now and then I'll ask her, like, you know, and then just the fact that my wife is a painter too. Like, I'm surrounded by creativity every now and then. I get to see her. For me, it's like writer's block. For her, it's just I'm not inspired to do something, and that I find that's a lot more difficult than for me. Because for me, as soon as I could record, I could do a poopity scoopty poopty doo scoopty scoopty and put it out, and it's hot.
Yeah.
It's hot. But for her, she really has to toil and labor until it actually becomes something. And outside of the spectrum of making abstract art, you know, she has a specific style that has a specific look. So for her, it's important. So when she's not able to feel inspired, it's like Armageddon. And then becomes the aspect of consideration. Okay, I think you should try this. I think you should do that. So for me, creative process is important, man. We all have, I think we all have the creator gene. We're just not all creative.
Yeah.
And I find typically people who don't explore that creative gene, you're just living life. Like what my boy Harvey Specter say. I live here because I like this. Some people like this. Why would I want to be here when I can just be here? And it sounds egotistic, but it's not. It's the expectations I have for myself. Like if I put a song out, it's because I think it's hot. Because I love the record. I'm not just going to put it out because it sounds like something else that's good, and then therefore it'll be tossed in the algorithm of the music so that it gets love. Bro, Spotify shows me no love, and I'm okay with it. Canada shows me no love, and I'm okay with it. If you're not able to be happy knowing that you're not championed all the time, bro, keep pushing. There's someone and people must be championing you. It might just not be the people that you're looking at, the people that you're looking for. You know what I mean? So, fam, I tell myself, know that you're not welcomed anywhere, but everywhere you're welcomed to come. You know what I mean? So that's just how I look at it, man. And I encourage creators to, like, independent creators. And also, don't let these artists fool you. A lot of these so-called independent artists are not independent. And I think that, too, discourages a lot of independent artists. You see people that, the Billboard stuff, like, I'm sorry to break it to you, like, they pay for that. Like, you have to pay for that.
Definitely.
And if it's not them
just
paying,
on it.
no, and if it's not them paying for it,
That's true.
somebody for them is paying
Someone
for
that's
it.
backing them.
Yeah. I'm telling you the truth. Like, I've had meetings. I've had these meetings with people. What's the advertising for that? Beep. I'm like, whoa. Whoa.
Where'd they get that from?
You saved that 3 months. You saved that 6 months of time. You could buy a house.
Oh shit.
It's expensive, man.
And that's where, like, last time, if you know someone, though, it might hit you a little discount. It might hit you with that little bag, though. But then it's like, where's the value in having that? And that's this over-sensationalization of the aesthetic. The aesthetic, the aesthetic, the aesthetic, the aesthetic, the aesthetic. If it looks good, you can be convinced that it feels good. You watch Big Macs on any commercial, and things look
They look good.
tough.
They look good.
They look tough.
Until
What
you
if I told you that the meat used for McDonald's is dick meat? Dick beef meat.
You knew this was
I
coming.
knew that meant going there.
Bro, when I found out, listen, McDonald's still got the best fries. I ain't gonna hold you.
Okay, hold up. What about the quarter pounder meat?
Did you not hear me?
It's over. It's over, man.
Bro, I found out the day I was eating a double QP.
That's my favorite.
That's my thing, bro.
Me
Come
too,
on, bro.
Me too.
That's
And
my
then
favorite.
I had to let a good thing go.
Oh man.
Are you sure it was
I'm-
good? You were loving it. I mean,
Pause.
Bro,
Whoa,
I found out
That's tough,
it
man.
was
That's disgusting.
beef, like dick beef meat.
Like
That's crazy.
that's
Like
wild.
last time you came here was the what's that drink?
Red Bull.
It was
Oh, the bull semen.
Yeah. There you go. Now it's
Hey,
the
they be getting it.
That's
I'm-
crazy.
So I'm
still.
just saying, like, and again, it's not no shot at anything, but it's just the important part is, it's not always about what looks good. It's about what actually is good, whether it's for yourself or you find that it'll be beneficial for you in the future. Like how kids, the most like common thing is like eat your Brussels sprouts. Man, Brussels sprouts got mad protein.
sir.
You know what I mean? So it's like, and then you
Cook
get
them
old.
right. Brussels sprouts
right?
are greasy.
Imagine all the kids that didn't want to eat Brussels sprouts ended up becoming vegan, like later in life.
Word.
What a full circle.
Yeah, for real.
You know,
It'd be
so
like that, yeah.
so yeah, and even now when you look at this table with all the CDs, it's crazy. It's crazy to see like the various genres of music. I guess like you use like Wiz Khalifa. Wiz Khalifa didn't make the same music for a long time. You know what
Shout
I'm
out
saying?
Jamar.
So for me, it's like you gotta try different things, and you gotta facts. Shout out Jamar, man. This guy, this man did a whole. This looks like a better list than the billboards.
If you look at that box,
Which
sorry,
one?
that bag right there,
Yeah, what you
It's
got
filled to the
in
brim.
that bag?
Oh, I thought it was Gaines for real. That's how the
This guy
papa.
thought it was.
Oh no, he has that at the
Yeah.
crib.
Oh,
So
But
yeah,
he got
like,
the
my boy
CD.
there.
I think, and I also think what's more important than having an audience is building a community. There's this guy, I think you guys maybe, I want to give him a shout out actually, at Fill in the Blank, Joel, shout out, you know what I'm saying, he's Congolese guy, show my guy some love. Yeah, he has a space called Fill in the Blank where he just has these, I guess like he hosts events where people get to play their music, perform their music, and it's very communal based. And so I feel like things like that are important because then you get to have creators appreciate creation amongst each other. You know, it's like a taste tester or a potluck, and you're not so worried about who has the most views, who has the most followers, who knows the most people. You're in the space just trying to gravitate to what feels good. It's like, oh man, this song's kind of fire. Maybe I don't like this song so much. So I think like that, like community, and even when you create a community with like artists or creators, that's also shaping. Like you get to have a free forum to shape things by introducing consideration, the respect, like we were talking about, accountability, responsibility, you know. So yeah, man, I think for me, I know that being in the space that I'm at right now is my favorite space I've been musically. I don't care about the feedback, unless it's to help me grow forward. And not only am I just here so I don't get fined, but I'm on literally, I even wrote this on my Instagram as my bio. It's like, I'm just on this app because I haven't blown up yet. And it's like it's satire, right? It's just to show Instagram is not a real thing.
No, it ain't.
It's not a real thing. The real world, there's your fam, as soon as you drop that phone, it's the real world out there. So
out there.
don't do it. Don't call me the ghost no more. Call me the phantom. Don't do it, Jay. Do you guys know where that's from?
No. Nah, you have to enlighten us still. But I like
Real
the way
brothers
we
love them. Street brothers understand them. This is for the man with a hand on the cannon. And right at this moment,
I know
think
you
we
need to
tone
tone
it. The Martin is what?
This is from. I'm chopped.
Nah, don't do it. Don't
Try
do it.
your
Don't
best,
do it.
bro.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do
Try
it.
your best. Because
For anyone that know, for everyone that knows that, the gun's the barber.
Let them know who want a part in the head.
He said the game is the belly of the beast.
Oh.
I thought you were saying,
I was gonna say he should have known because he has 6,000 songs.
anyone that knows what that's from, shout out to you, man. I'm disappointed.
We're gonna make a clip of this.
Yeah.
We'll see who actually knows this.
Okay.
Yo,
Okay.
yes.
That'd be
yes.
good. That'd be a good
tough.
look.
That's
Yeah.
tough.
What is this track?
100%.
Okay. Just tell us off camera.
Can I just
Yeah,
present
for
this
sure.
last topic?
Absolutely.
100%.
What are everyone's thoughts on the Astroboy boots?
Stop this.
What are our thoughts?
Yeah, what are our thoughts?
Actually, number one though,
Go.
I want to know how much they cost.
Before that, who brought it to the game? You
Mischief.
think it's the same people that
Go
you think
ahead.
it's the same people that put the milk cartons in the hood?
Oh wow.
I'm
crates?
sick. I'm
Crazy.
sick.
Yeah.
Oh, that was what a time.
Bro, there were backs broken.
What a time.
Prides
time that was,
destroyed. Yo, Doctor
I
said
got a good
back at me.
laugh out of those videos though.
We
bro.
did,
Man's
fam,
lost it.
But fam, think about how much time you spent watching those videos. That's part of the game plan.
Bare time.
Exactly.
Can't even lie.
Got you in that little box again, Jelon.
Oh, absolutely.
Damn.
I'm out the box, Luke. Knock on
Box.
Box. Don't kill me.
Yeah, bro. I really want to know first. That's the real question.
Well-
who brought you to the forefront?
I don't know who brought it.
I first saw them on the Canadian basketball player.
Oh
Shay.
Shy.
Oh,
Shy
Shay.
Shay. Sorry.
Shy Alexander.
It could be
Gildas
Shawshank
Alexander?
from-
Gilgis?
Gilgis Alexander. I first
Yeah.
seen it on him.
You see what?
He's
getting
wearing
buckets,
some
though.
baggy pants
I'll give him props. He's getting
over
buckets.
top.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
go ahead.
He's what's
getting
Oh, the
Wisconsin's
Astro
player
Boy
of the year.
boots.
Yeah, I seen that. Or player of the month. Sorry.
And I really said, what's going on?
What are those?
What is guanin right now?
No, you can't
Seriously.
do one of those with that.
No,
Nah.
What?
You can't even do that. Bro, I seen someone on his thing comment Papa Smurf boots.
The little guy.
Facts.
Bro,
No, that's wild.
you guys are okay with I don't know. I'm a grown ass man.
I'm
Yes.
never wearing that.
6'6", close to 6'3", like if not 6'3".
Yes.
If you wear those boots,
Anyone calling me Papa Smurf, that's wild. That's
Maybe
wild.
we try to call you Patrik Smurf.
I might permit. But no, it's just, and then
That
it
was good.
starts with
That
him,
was
and
good.
then it goes to another person. It goes to another person. Then the video we were all talking about, the guy getting dragged.
Stuck, yeah.
I don't know if they did that on purpose. That was very comical. I'll give it to that. That was
no, I
pure.
think it was a genuine vid though.
You think
I
so, yeah?
genuinely think it got stuck on the man's leg.
You remember? Okay, because our sister,
Bro.
used to have. Do you guys have sisters?
Yes.
Do you have a sister?
Cousins,
closer,
that
right?
are women, yeah.
I remember our sister when she was younger. Before this guy used to kill her, take the dolls off her head, the heads off her dolls.
That's right.
There used to be, that's right. There used to be like these little boots you can put on Barbies,
Yes.
and they like kind of squeeze a
Oh, I
little bit, right?
remember those, yeah.
I kid you not, those Astro Boy boots look like one size fits all, and I really feel like that's how people's feet are in there.
I wouldn't be
Like
shocked.
you put it in, and you can see at the edge, at the top, your heels just trying to get jiggy with it.
Yeah,
And
bro. Like because
I don't get it, man.
the way it's built,
Yeah. Oh, it's built.
like it's this long. the foot part is
Yeah.
probably
So
around
much
that,
space.
and then it's still this high.
Yeah.
So like your leg has to go down deep.
Bro.
That's where Birkenstocks and you're good.
This guy said we're Birkenstocks and you're good.
Yeah, like your feet have to go down deep before there's that little curve, right?
I don't know, man.
So I don't know. Like all I'm saying is, bro,
Fashion
what is fashion? What is
dead.
What is going on?
Fashion is dead, fam.
All I'm saying is I'd rather be barefooted
Facts.
Whoa.
than wear that.
That's actually healthy for you. Did you guys know?
Oh,
100%.
we've been talking about this.
That's why I
Neutralize.
squat my shoes off.
We need to
saying?
go into
Like,
the grass.
Yeah.
Get that
Neutralize
grounded.
that
You
stuff
go
in your
back to
feet.
Congo. I go back to Grenada.
100%.
Yeah.
Get
You
grounded.
might have to visit folk.
For real.
Might have to visit.
Might
I might have to.
Yeah.
We might have
We
to.
might have to.
Get grounded. You know, feel that. Just
Yeah,
get
bro.
grounded with the earth.
You
Get that-
actually feel it.
Get
yeah.
that UVB
Wow.
from the source.
From the
From the source, bro.
Get the muscle fibers going.
100%, bro.
And we may come
We
back.
have to go.
jacked.
Like no joke. And then one day we'll look like PK
Whoa,
and my
like this
boy
guy.
Jeff.
Like this guy. Yo, Big
Oh,
Jeff.
Jeff.
Big Jeff.
Big
right?
Jeff right
Jeff.
there.
We gotta
Yeah,
get
man,
a session
like-
in for
Yeah,
real,
man.
I don't know. It's again. I did a video. I did a story about it on Instagram. I'm not here to judge it. I just want to be sure. I want to be sure and certain. As a community, are we this as a nation?
Are we allowing this?
Are we not even just allowing it? Are we coming to a census and saying, "All right, yeah, this is the next move"? Because if it is, I'm not trying to come to the function.
Nope.
I'm not.
If the community,
Don't send me the invite.
if the
I'm
community
waiting
is
to
this
see.
room,
yeah.
nah.
not-
Yeah,
not
facts, 100%.
That's the consensus
Like, I
right
honestly
there.
feel like if you, because you guys can't see the entire room, this room has some amazing mementos. Shout out to Big J behind the camera. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that one of those boots could be a memento in here. That's how outrageous I think it is for someone to wear.
Yeah, like it doesn't even look real. It looks like a
It
toy.
doesn't because it's based off a imaginary character.
Astro Boy, man.
But it even looks proportionate on Cuz. That's the
See,
wild part.
I was about to say that.
Like, it
I
looks
seen a
proportionate
pic.
on book.
It
That's
looks
why for me, when
proportionate
you,
on it.
you know what I'm saying?
Bro, it's ridiculous, man.
Oh,
I don't know
man.
what
I
they're
really
pushing,
think
man.
that these things are like social experiments,
Absolutely.
just to see who's gonna
Yeah,
bite.
it's just to see how far we could go to control people,
Facts.
to push something to people.
Whoa, hey,
Bro.
control. We might get canceled.
Yeah.
When
Hey,
I seen
that's
Balenciaga selling those shoes
Bro,
that
man.
literally looked like they
the
were
one you just put on?
bashed up,
Yeah,
like they literally.
see that pic.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. The ones that ASAP Frick said he's about to get ugly like a pair of Balenciagas.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Like they're literally destroyed
You ever heard
sneakers.
that?
You know what I mean?
Ah,
being
They were sipping in that. We
It's
was
okay.
It's okay.
they're like almost bulky. They're like a
boy.
mix of like a trek shoe for like mountain climbing and a tennis shoe. I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
and they're merc. Like
They're
like they
huge.
yeah.
And it's usually like short people that wear it too.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
tight
yeah. It's
jeans.
like-
Oh, snap.
We're like,
The proportion is not there, brother.
why are people buying stuff like this? Like, I want to understand
Well-
why people buy what they buy.
They fall into the hype, Gilleon.
100%.
They can't think for themselves. They need
know
someone
what?
to think for them.
Yeah.
They need that influence.
Yeah, it's true.
Like my man Jeff here doing those dips.
Dips.
Come on,
That's
man.
crazy. Yeah, I never
You know what I'm
thought no man
saying?
was calling you an influencer.
I just
How many
said
got influence on the culture?
That's a big-
Definitely.
that's a big
No, but
bro.
it's true.
Big bro. This
And
is
I
what you
think,
said.
and I believe the people who can think for themselves don't get the light of it, right? I don't know. The fact that people are still rocking Balenciaga after you know what, there's not enough time to go over the Balenciaga thing.
Yeah, there's not. Yeah,
But
y'all should just know already.
if you if you don't know, you're shaking it way more than the podcast. Let me tell you that right now.
You heard it first.
You know, so it's just like selective hypocrisy, bro. Selective hypocrisy. I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, there's always a new trend somewhere.
Yeah.
And
you don't have to follow it.
You don't have to, you know. But by all means,
Yeah, do what you want to
get
do.
it how
bro.
you live.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Whatever
It's
makes you
your
happy.
world.
Yeah.
It's your world.
You want to wear Astro boots? Y'all
You
go
want to
right
look
ahead,
clunky
man.
when you're walking? Yeah, go right ahead.
3/5? You know what? I genuinely thought it was gonna be like 2K.
3 really?
Me too.
I genuinely thought
That
that.
was gonna be something wild.
Nah, those.
They can't be more than like,
You ever seen the Balenciaga Crocs?
that's like $10.
I've never seen the Balenciaga Crocs.
Really? They got Crocs for real?
There's a collab. Yeah, you know how expensive they are for Crocs.
400.
Oh, $5.
400.
A
I'll show you guys
thousand?
after, bro. I'm just saying.
2,000 cuz? Crocs?
Hey man,
Nah, bro.
I don't know, fam.
I got my Crocs 50 off, player.
I've been a player from the Himalayas.
Oh, boy, me
First guy
too.
been saying that so much, killing me, bro.
Player,
I
right?
still haven't been able to get on the Crocs move back.
Oh, I got a couple pairs.
I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful.
Bless,
hopeful.
I got the
bro.
carrots one. I got the
can't believe
yellow
that, I
one.
can't.
I got the.
He does.
I got
The colorways are
tie-dye
tough.
one.
Yeah, the
Oh, I
colorways are tough.
coordinate for sure.
But I don't know. It's just not for me, man. It's not for me. I'm still rocking Yeezys.
I'm still rocking Yeezys too.
100%.
Okay.
I guess I'm. Right.
I saw you
By
rocking
association.
Yeezys. Rocking Yeezys.
Oh,
The other day.
I guess so.
I'm rocking
Yeah,
Yeezys.
fam. Come on, bro.
I'm rocking Yeezys. I'm rocking Yeezys.
Solomon,
Is rocking what he's rocking. We'll just leave it
Solomon's
at that.
rocking the tech fleece. He can't wear the Yeezys with the tech fleece. You know what I mean?
Shit.
That's all I gotta
I
say.
just try to like appear like an athlete, you know, and like society.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
If
You
life
gotta
is a
be
finesse,
comfortable, man.
so should I.
right?
Facts.
That's all it is. Not all of us could be influencers, but hey,
Wow.
we can strive to be
Here
one.
we go. Here we go. Here we go.
No, I'm joking.
It's coming soon, man. It's coming soon. It's coming soon.
100%.
Damn.
Listen,
Yeah, man.
Jeff, PK,
Yeah, bro.
anything else y'all want to
Patrik.
talk about before we wrap it up?
Man, quiet is kept. Make sure your heart stays light, even when life gets hard. And stay away from negative vibes.
Vibes.
Word.
Yeah, let's get it, man.
Facts, man.
Word.
New album dropping soon. No,
Can't
I'm
forget.
Ain't nobody pray for me. Yeah, I love that. But you know what happens on earth stays on earth. Nah, I'd say the last thing for me would be,
Purpose and intent.
yeah,
Be intentional.
Yeah.
Be purposeful.
And to be good.
That's
well,
it.
that brings forth goodness, you know.
Yeah.
Life is short, man.
Put your pride aside.
Not even just that, but worry about today. Tomorrow has worries of its own. Seek righteousness. Be loving to those who are dear to you. And don't hold grudges. And like my little bro said, have a light heart. Because heavy is the crown. Appreciate you.
Amen.
Thank y'all so much, man. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe.
Yes, sir.
Shaking the
Shakin' It
podcast,
Podcast.
We're here, man.
X10 PK.
X10 PK,
Jeff.
King Sully. Follow King Sully on IG.
Yeah,
Give
yo.
me some followers, man.
Yeah,
We're
bro.
shaking. So I didn't want to create it, but hey, we're here.
Nice
It's part
one,
of the
man.
process.
Bro, you don't even post.
There's
Yeah.
nothing to post.
Post it, bye.
You
There's
know-
nothing to post.
There's nothing to
He's
post.
been another post. He's in post scope. There's a lot going on right now.
You know, but
As long as he's not posting up.
Hey,
He might have to post up.
hey,
But on IG,
YouTube,
stuff.
IG, TikTok.
Spotify,
Apple Music.
Apple Music.
everything that's socially related.
Yeah.
Please like, comment, subscribe,
Shakin' It
follow.
Podcast.
It's the same thing.
Facts.
Shaking It Podcast.
I'm about to say shit.
Listen, we gonna shake it.
Of course, till we make it, big boys.
We gon' shake it. We gon' shake it. We gon' shake it.
That was amazing.
We'll see y'all next week.
Yes, sir.
All this music in my ear gets me home for the night.
No spicy,
I
only
get out
regular.
of
We made
space
it.
in my mind.
Try to say that one.
I think I'm sick. This guy's shaking it for real.
Get the barbecue sauce, get the rope, tie yourself up, I'm a base dude like a rotisserie chicken.
Everyone's got something to say, so come through and say it, players. Shakin' It Podcast.